Why, hello there. Hey, everyone. What's up? Open World Games here, and how is everyone doing today? You know what? Let's dive straight into the latest happenings around Anthem. New armors have been added to the store. We've got new updates from Bioware about the next big update, which will be dropping in April. They've narrowed down the release date window on that one for us. And then also, what about the support for the game going forward in the long term, considering the PR nightmare that just happened recently with Kotaku? So yeah, we'll dive into all this stuff right now. But check out the store. New stuff has been added. Scout armor pack for the Ranger, Exalted armor pack for the Storm, and then some decals, emotes, and fabrics. But I'm really digging the look of the armors this time around. This is what I personally really like. They're really cool and sleek looking for sure. This is the Ranger, of course, and then you have the Storm, which is more, I made it more like regal looking here. So really digging the look of the armors. We just need more of this stuff, you know. It would be cool if it was more embedded in the actual game itself, where you can go and explore and grab and try to find this armor, you know, through exploration and completing objectives and stuff like that. But yeah, let's talk about the updates. You guys want to know about this. So as you know, this was posted here by Jesse. Jesse posted that they are working on a big April update. No live stream today, and this was also shouted out by Cypher Halo. But we have a new reply here from AJ, community manager of Anthem, one of the community managers, and he says this: "Thanks for the understanding, folks. We just want to have some substantial things to show in the stream. We're excited for it, though." So they really want something big to show off in this stream, and I'm hopeful now that we will be seeing the Sunken Stronghold going forward. Now, also, Ryan Hanley says this: "Thank you for the info. I appreciate what you guys do. I still love the game despite all the haters. Any idea or a ballpark of when the update will go live? Something closer than sometime in April. Even if it's early April, mid-April, or late April, just so I have a better idea." And this was the response from Jesse, also a community manager on Anthem. He says this: "I don't have any exact timelines for it, but it's safe to say it'll be in the second half of April. We'll have a smaller update as well that fixes some bugs. Once the dates get closer, we'll share them." So let's hope that's not like the last day of April. I get really annoyed when they do that sort of thing with game updates. That would be so annoying. So, but you know, like a lot of you guys have pointed out to me, but Robbie, we just want something that works when it releases. So hopefully they have it where it releases this time with minimal issues and bugs, and they don't have to release like a patch for a patch for a patch. You know, that's something that's been kind of really annoying. But also, this comes from Dachutra, who says this: "Thanks, I appreciate the heads up. Seeing as the news section is still broken, does this mean the current focus is just new content and that we can't expect any fixes for the plethora of bugs from the last patch?" Honest question, no salt. And the response was, again, from Jesse, who says this: "We'll have an update that focuses on some bugs before the one that brings new content. The one with the new content will also have bug fixes as well." So we're going to have like a two parts to April's update. Bug fixes going in first, and then the actual update itself. Looks like the bug fixes that would go in first before this big update would be to support the update itself, I would assume, and prep it. So yeah. Next up, we have this here from Shaq's Console, who says this: "I've got to ask the question for those loyal to the game and enjoying it. Is there a risk that Anthem will be discontinued due to the negative press, etc.? And Michael Gamble of Bioware says this: "Nothing has changed regarding our support of Anthem." So it looks like they're going to keep trekking on in the trenches and try to stay busy and keep adding in content to this game. And, you know, we haven't heard from Chad Robertson, the head of live service, in quite some time. So I'm curious to see also what he's doing, because there's a lot of stuff that I would assume is being worked on with, you know, the loot system and the back-end stuff going forward, as they have suggested. So yeah, hopefully we hear about all this stuff in the upcoming content reveal live stream. Again, stay tuned for exact details on dates and stuff like that going forward. But yeah, some interesting stuff was shared out there from the community for sure. I saw this post right here. It is called "This is not No Man's Sky all over again." It was posted by Mac Attack FC, and he goes on to say the following: "No Man's Sky was an overly ambitious game from an indie studio Anthem was an achievable game that had 7 years of development from one of the richest publishers and a dev team that had an astounding track record. To compare the two just isn't fair to Hello Games. Yeah, so I've been hearing just like a lot of stories time and time again about this for sure. In fact, there was a recent blog post that would definitely interest you guys, so let's take a look at that. So the blog post said the following. So there was an article on Kotaku about Bioware and Anthem, ... And this was the most interesting tidbit from that blog post for sure. And this comes from someone that supposedly works really close with Bioware and is very close friends with them. But this was definitely interesting. This comes from, this is the fourth part of the blog post. It says, one of the smartest things they did was make Ben Irving lead producer on Anthem. Irving worked his way up the SWTOR producer ladder and has been in the senior leadership circle running SWTOR for years. He knows a thing or three about running a live service. Unfortunately, they didn't do this until April of 2017, which gels with the timeline put forth in the article. And they're referencing, of course, that Kotaku article, which suggests, that the game was in development for like truly only like 18 months. So it looks like they really did add people late into the development of this game, which totally sucks. And they really need, I think they need to support the devs a lot more. It seems like a lot of the money with EA goes into the marketing and advertising, which of course makes a lot of sense, but not enough of it is going into making sure that there's enough personnel actually working on the game itself. And I think that's the core thing, in my opinion, that probably needs to change going forward, is that they need to take the risk and hire more people. And I don't think it is actually that risky, of course, but hiring more people is definitely needed going forward. All right, so definitely some interesting stuff. But, hopefully this game, Anthem here, can actually kind of recover like No Man's Sky has. A lot of people have a renewed interest in No Man's Sky for sure, especially considering that they're releasing that one as No Man's Sky Beyond here. I think this summer they're going to be adding a bunch of new stuff here. Actually, I want to check out the VR with that one. But anyway, a lot of you guys also are noticing that the Storm seems to be very underpowered. And this was posted out there by WordNerd37. Absurd balance of javelins in current game. Storm is an utter disaster. And I've completely avoided the Storm because I feel like the Storm is like extremely weak compared to the other javelins. So I think some balance adjustments definitely need to happen with the Storm. I'm loving my Ranger right now. Like, I absolutely am addicted to the Ranger still to this day. Like, I bounce back and forth between my Interceptor and my Ranger. And then it's like whenever I go to the Ranger, I'm like, yeah, this is my main. This is my go-to javelin for sure. So if you guys haven't tried the Ranger, by the way, give them a go. Like, seriously, take a second look. Because you could do all sorts of really cool and creative loadouts with the Ranger. That's again one of the things that I'm still, enjoying with Anthem, just to be honest with you guys. It's just messing around with the different javelins and the stuff you could do with them. So I personally would like to see new javelins in the future after Act 1 is completely done. So let's keep going here. Act 2, yeah, we're still in Act 1. But anyway, let's keep going here. So let's go over your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a video. So yeah, this one was funny. This one got to me for sure. This was from Constantinos, who says, this is Anthem a soap opera? It sure feels like it. I know, it's like a roller coaster of emotions with this game. And I see people in my comments going like, dude, the actual story itself is more entertaining than the game. So yeah, it's definitely been like a soap opera in many, many ways. Like, the stuff that has been happening with this game, I'm like, what is going on? This is absolutely unreal. So hopefully it like flip-flops where the game itself is like a huge focus for us all, and we're like really hyped about upcoming features. Crossing my fingers still and holding out some hope that that can actually happen here. Let's see what happens with the next big update. All right, so Yarbro says this: I truly believe it's not a single studio problem. It's not in video game industry. It's all over, no matter what career you are in. The upper management wants to cut the number of employees but increase the output of those left with the same quality of work. Yeah, I know. And I think that's why people get behind this story with Kotaku, you know, so readily, because they're also going through similar situations at their own workplace. They have a total understanding of the grind and people being overworked and, you know, pretty much underappreciated. So, you know, BioWare, they released their own statement about this all, and it seems like going forward, hopefully something changes. You never know. It's just going to be a matter of time for us to see what happens and unfolds with this whole situation with, you know, BioWare, the developers, and, you know, and EA, of course. Next up, this one comes from Randy Butts, who says this: the easiest way to avoid a lot of that stress is to not try to make a game that is out of reach. E3 demos are all lies. We need to get away from this. If you are going to reveal a game, have the CEO or whoever is showcasing it actually play and release a demo or something that is all actual game footage. So that way, the devs aren't caught again like, oh my god, that's the game? Can we even make that? How? We saw it here in Anthem and in Fallout 76 and No Man's Sky, to name a few. This will lead to less likely scenarios where that everyone is claiming false advertising. If you are able to show side by side with the E3 content with the game and release content, Division learned that lesson the hard way. I was just going to mention that. And then he says this: don't lie to your customers and gamers. We never forget. Yeah, so to me it seems like, you know, Ubisoft has been the ones that have really learned their lesson in that regard. Like you mentioned, the Division, and you don't see them messing around with that, you know, lately. And a lot of their games that they showcase at E3 actually end up being, you know, what you get. I remember with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, that was really the turning point. They showed that game off, and I recall the final product actually looked better than what they revealed initially. So they definitely took the proper steps there for sure. And I think EA, you would think that it would just be common sense, considering the backlash that a lot of these games get from their initial presentations, that they would work on this going forward. But yeah, thank you all so much for the comments. Remember to leave some comments down below. Definitely going to read through those and highlight them in future videos. But still enjoying Anthem. Somewhat very annoyed though with a lot of the issues that plague the game still. Like, for example, what you are seeing here is me in free roam, and you'll notice that there's no free roam events. There's no free play events. Like, what in the world is going on? So that needs to be addressed immediately, and I think that's been going on for a couple hours now, for me at least. Let me know if you are experiencing the same issues, but that's definitely unacceptable. It's just not cool, because I wanted to grind away at certain challenges and stuff, and just there's no world events to go to, dang it. But yeah, stay tuned here for more. Thank you all again for the love and support on the videos, and I will see you all next time. Take care.